Warning: the following video is extremely disturbing. You've been warned.
I told you, didn't I? I found it. I didn't know anything was going on, obviously, and I told you this morning. I didn't really need to check at the time, so I thought it was perfectly safe talking to these kids, supposed kids.
Yeah.
And then when they went back to school, he'd left his phone at home on the table, and it was a WhatsApp group that they'd made, actually. And I didn't even know you could get WhatsApp at 9, but he must have put a fake date of birth in or whatever happened. And there was a picture on his phone of a man's private parts, and obviously I freaked out. And I picked up the phone and showed Jay at the time, because obviously he was at home. And he just picked up the phone and automatically deleted the messages. No, he sent a message to the person to say, not a very nice thing for this person, which is understandable. I won't repeat what it was because it wasn't good. And then he just deleted it and we thought nothing of it. And then George's behaviour started to change. And obviously I said to George, it's not your fault. I mean, George was SHing and all sorts at the time because he felt like it was all his fault. It really affected his mental health, like drastically affected his mental health. He deteriorated quite badly. He wasn't eating, he was pulling his eyelashes out. He wasn't showering. He was pulling his hair out and everything, and I just thought, right, this isn't good. So it was actually school, when he went back to school, during lockdown when he went back to school, his teacher actually said to me, I need to speak to you. And I just cried, broke down and told him everything. But it wasn't just George. Apparently there was a child in the same class as George who was George's best friend at the time, and he was in this group as well, which I was unaware of at the time. And that then it just pretty much kicked off from there. School got social services involved like they have to. It got reported to the police. He had to go and do the video interview at the police station. It was horrible. And then from there on, the case went. The police kept in contact with me. They were quite good, actually. They did keep in contact, keep me updated, because it was actually the Thames police that had to deal with it, because although we live in Manchester, the person was from that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was that side of the police that had to deal with it all. And then I started to realise, obviously, his behaviour changed and everything, and this is where the vulnerability kicked in. And I said to school, I think he's got some kind of autism or ADHD.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much gone from there, really. And he's okay now. Obviously, he's had a hell of. I mean, my mum, I swear to God, she's been my absolute saviour through this, because he spends a lot of time with my mum, George. She might as well have given birth to him, honestly. But she's really supported me through it all.
Grannies.
Yeah, she's the best. Through his meltdowns, through his bad days, my mum's always like rang me, supported me. George just spent a lot of time with my mum. Not that he didn't want it. Well, he didn't actually. We've moved house since, because he didn't want to be in that house because of all the stuff that happened now. You know what I mean? So we did move. And we've moved for the better. We live in a lovely area where he can go fishing. He's made loads of new friends. He's gone to a new school. He has moved on from it. But like I said to you this morning, I didn't realise how much it still affected me. I don't really sit and think about it, and we don't talk about it anymore. But it just goes to show, doesn't it, that this app that I told you about, so for any parents, grandparents, carers listening to me now, if your child has a Samsung Android phone, the best app you can get is called Family Link. It's completely free on the App Store. Download it. You link your child's phone to that app, and basically everything on your child's phone shows up on your phone, and they cannot download any apps without you putting the password in on your phone first. So like George has got to my mum's now. And he's just tried to download. He's looking for a fishing pond. He wants a pond in the back garden, so he's just looking for Pond Liner. So he's just installed an app on his phone to look for Pond Liner, and now I've got to approve that by putting the password in before he can download that app. So it is good. I can see exactly where he is. I can ping his phone at any time. And even when George is on his phone and I suspect something, which I barely do now, but I can actually go onto George's phone from my phone and see exactly what he's doing. I can see his Google searches, I can see his emails, I can see literally everything on George's phone from my phone. And you can also turn their phone off at night and it comes back on in the morning so that they get a good night's sleep. So they're not messing about on the phone all night. But yeah, and you can get it on Apple as well. It's brilliant. It's the best app ever.
Jem,
Pardon?
what's it called again, sweetheart?
It's called Family Link.
Family Link, guys. Can I just ask how George is doing now? How is he now?
George has his bad days, but all in all, he's okay. He's got an absolutely amazing set of friends who I don't think George could survive without his friends. He's got his absolute best friend in the world. He's amazing. He has bad days at school still. Don't get me wrong. Things can trigger George. He's brilliant around his dad. Don't get me wrong. Jay's brilliant. Daddy's amazing with him. But he's quite funny around men that he doesn't know now.
Yeah.
He will. He's 13 and he's nearly as tall as me now. But he will. If someone comes up and like speaks to him, he'll hide behind me. He will still hold my hand when we're out. Sometimes because he is very wary. He's wary of. What's the strange thing is he's very wary of men who wear caps. You know, wear a hat on the head.
Yeah.
He's very, very wary of that. I know I don't know what this person looked like or anything, but obviously George may do. I don't know. I don't really know about any of that side of it.
Can you just observe? I'd like to know what app was he approached on by these men? Was it just WhatsApp? Did you say
it was TikTok at first? So we got an inbox on TikTok. And it was this man was pretending to be obviously a 9-10-year-old child at the time. And they asked him if he wanted to join the WhatsApp group to talk about, because George used to post a lot of Pokemon stuff on his TikTok.
Yeah.
Like his cards and things like that. And he used to have the Pokemon Go app. I know you've had that, Jag.
Yes.
And he used to just post screenshots of the Pokemon he caught and stuff. And he got this inbox and obviously George was 9 at the time and he didn't think anything of it, and then they made up a WhatsApp group. Now, like I said to you, I didn't even know they could get WhatsApp. I thought it was like a certain age to download WhatsApp.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know if anybody in the chat can enlighten us as to whether
in terms of WhatsApp, you need someone's number. So what you got to do is write your number in, and you get a text to the phone, and it just says, do you agree with terms and conditions? And it's like, I'm going to talk more about social media later, but I think it needs stronger things for kids, because it's just, I've seen things, I know things, and there's things I wish I didn't know. But yeah, so carry on. But WhatsApp, you can just, if you've got a phone and a phone number, but Family Link will stop you, let you know this in future. So yeah, it can just, there's no age restriction. You just need a phone number and that's it. Wi-Fi and phone number and that's it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I do agree with that, Charlie, actually.
I haven't even got kids and I'm worried about this. Like, I've got nieces, nephews, so carry on. So
it's all right, thank you. And then obviously the police were involved and everything. Don't get me wrong, it's all been dealt with now. I can talk about it. It's literally, the man's been caught and he's been locked up, so I can talk about it now. It's not an ongoing case anymore. They took George only got his phone back last year. Last year we got his phone back, so they had it that long. But obviously that phone's gone. He didn't want anything to do with that phone, so I just sold it and got him a brand new phone on contract. But he has been safe now. He's a lot safer. He's a lot calmer. He doesn't talk about it. We don't talk about it. But then, like I said this morning, then when the social services did come to my house, because my eldest son does have additional needs, this is where it really winds me up, because just because another child in the house does have additional needs, they can't automatically assume that it's that child's fault. So at the time, they actually said to me, we believe that your older son's influenced this. Because at the time Kyle was exploring the world, as teenagers do. And they basically came into my house and sat there. My mother-in-law was there at the time, bless her heart. And they sat there and basically said to me, this is all down to your elder son because of the things that he's exploring on reading and stuff. And then my mother-in-law just stood up in the social worker space and said, how dare you sit there and accuse this woman of being a rubbish mum when she already feels like a bad mum as it is. I never got the report, but somebody did mention this morning that I should get that report, which I will be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely want to read it now. And then for people to then ring social services on me because my son had a mark on his face because he'd fallen over. It's just like they came round and basically said to me, I don't even know why we've come round, to be honest, because you're clearly a good mum, you're clearly doing your best. And that obviously affected my older son then, because he heard that conversation when that social worker was there. He heard what she had to say, and that affected him for a long time as well. And with him, because of his autism and ADHD, he went through the SH, hating himself, calling himself names, saying that he was a bad brother, and it was horrendous. I don't think it had a knock-on effect on everybody. It definitely did. In the house, but I'm just glad now that he's had the counselling that he needs, he's had the support that he needs, and he is doing well. And like I said to you, Jag, as long as he's fishing, or he's with his friends, or he's on his PlayStation, he's the happiest little boy in the world. And that's all I can wish for.
And did he have any counselling at all, Gemma? Or anything?
Yeah, he got referred to what's it called? Is it Healthy Minds?
Oh, okay.
Healthy Young Minds, I think it's called. We went for a few times. And then he said to me, Mum, I don't feel like I need to go anymore because I've got you, I've got my dad, and I've got my nana, so I don't feel like I need to go anymore. So I said to him, is it okay? Thank you for the gifts, by the way. I said, is it okay? I said to them, is it okay if he doesn't attend anymore? But if he needs any help in the future, can he come back? And he said, yeah. But he's not been back. He's not felt the need to go back. He found fishing was his escape, and that's what he does.
And that's, if that's what he does, that's probably his escape. And I'm sure, I know Gemma's a very, very good mum, and you would get him help immediately if you...
Yeah.
So we just want to wish George a really, really happy life, I know he's fishing, and hopefully building him a pond will help.
Yeah.
He's a lovely boy. Yeah,
he's got an absolute heart of gold. So much so that his best friend's mum texted me last night, because they were out and they got chased off some lads and they ended up getting split up. And his best friend's mum texted me last night and said, "Your George is as near as perfect, and I couldn't wish for a better friend for my son." And George even went round last night to make sure his best friend was okay. That's just what kind of boy he is. Honestly, he's lovely. And I panic when I go out, and if I take George, I don't panic because he'll get me out of that situation. I'm like, Mum, come on, it's all right. We need to get on this bus, or we need to go this way. That's the kind of kid he is. He's lovely, honestly.
Absolutely.
So, if it happens to anyone else's children, I am really sorry in advance, and I just hope it doesn't happen to your children. But please get that app. Get any app you can, whether it's your Android or your Apple phone or whatever. Monitor your kids' devices, because I learnt the hard way, unfortunately.
Absolutely. But, we can say thankfully that you did find it before anything went even further. I mean, we all dread to think that what could happen. We do. We dread to think what could happen. Yeah. It's very scary out there, isn't it, guys? Very, very scary. And this isn't just one aspect that we're talking about. If you've got a story about bullying, the only thing I ask is, if it's about a creator on here, then just don't mention their names, but you're more than welcome to come up. What was the app's name again, Gemma?
Family Link.
Family Link, guys.
And it's completely free, and it's really easy to set up. I mean, I'm not a tech novice. I'm rubbish with technology, but that is the easiest app to set up.
Absolutely. And you know, if I've always said my platform is here and anybody can come up, they can have their voice heard. And if it helps one person in this chat, I am so happy. That will make me happy that I've done something good. You know, that's my aim. Give people a voice so everybody else can maybe listen to that voice, and maybe somebody may take something from it and it works for them. They can go forward, they can apply it. It can be anything. I do cover an awful lot of subjects, guys. So let me just say, if you've got any aspects of social media that you want to discuss, you're going to have to join the box, because we can't just interact like through the chat. I want you in the boxes. Don't be afraid. I don't bite. I don't question that and try and catch you out. It's nothing like that at all. This is for you to speak. Alex, you can start now if you want, okay?
Hi. So I've witnessed things and I've seen things and I've had to deal with things. I've almost had a friend who committed suicide because of a parent's negligence.
Alex, you can't use that word.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I almost had a friend who endured something difficult in their life because of a parent's negligence. Is that better?
Yeah.
If I can't say something, please tell me. I've got very mild learning difficulties. If I say something by mistake, please tell me straight away. I won't be offended. Right. So, first of all, who spoke before? Who was speaking before?
Gemma.
Me.
So like Gemma said before, kids, you know, unfortunately, kids are in a certain... Well, not unfortunately. Kids believe anything, and if they believe it's another kid, they'll talk to them. On a different scenario, I know a kid who's got special needs, and he would use his imagination. So he would type into YouTube, for example, adult Sonic, because he wants to see Sonic growing up, or he'll type in Spider-Man being naughty. It's not what you would want it to be. It comes up with some very inappropriate, explicit things, which I won't say on here because I don't want to, but again, make sure you know what your kid is watching, because a friend of mine, it never made news, thankfully, he's okay, but he got arrested because he, let's just say, something that the kids saw, he made up a story about my friend. Now, if the mother, who no longer had the kid anymore, thank God, let's not go down that road, if the mother had dealt with the thing properly, my friend would never have gone through the trauma that he did. So, my advice is always, whatever age your kid is, always make sure you have this family link, you check their phone, you know, they're talking to. I mean, look, hey, when I was younger, I ended up speaking to a man, not even knowing another person. Not much happened, thankfully, because my member of the family realised what was happening and they put a stop to it, and I'm grateful. But it's just, it angers me that people will take advantage of, not just kids, people with special needs, people with difficulties. It's so important to ensure, I mean, just don't be afraid. You know, it might be nothing, but I'm not judging any parents, honestly, but every night, talk to your kid. Oh, what are you doing today? Who have you seen? What have you done? You know, this is about social media, I know, but, you know, look, I'm a man, okay? I do have a childcare experience. I do enjoy working with children. If I knew I was talking to a kid online, I'll be blocking them. I'll be like, no way. Heck no. So you can tell I feel passionate about this. I'm just like I said, I can't say certain things, but that's the kid side of it. I've got other things to say first. But if you want to come back to something there, that's fine. But I've got other things to say. And if not, as you talk a lot, so.
No, it's okay. Can I just do something? I need to just sort this out. Okay.
Apologies for saying that word.
No, you're okay. Oh, I think somebody's got it. Yeah. Thank you, Dixie. Hi, Steph. Oh. You've actually got a really strong view on it, haven't you? You've got a really strong...
I don't even have kids. I'm looking forward to having them. I'm going to be strict but nice. They're not having tablets, so they're about... Yeah. I'm not judging.
Alex, sweetheart, I'm just talking to Steph. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, mine don't have social media. They're not allowed social media. My daughter is 12 and she thinks that I'm the worst mum in the world at the minute because she's not allowed to have social media like her friends are. She does have a phone, which again has Family Link, which was downloaded. You can set it up with the minute you turn that phone on to set up for your child, it gives you that option to set it up for a minor, which is what I did with my daughter. I've tried to explain to her that it's not her I don't trust. It's people out there. I've been on TikTok long enough and seen the lives, the exposures of these people and these kids that have been drawn into that. And I will no way, shape or form let her have it. And I feel that if you are allowing, and there's no offence to anybody in the chat or in the boxes, but if your child has social media and you've allowed that, TikTok is age 13.
Thank you, Yorkshire.
It's 18 to go on live. And I think if you are found that your child has it, I do think you should be fined.
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. I just think that we all try to keep our kids safe the best we can, and there are age restrictions in place for a reason.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just a bit nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. We've got you. We've got you. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't be nervous, Steph. It's all right.
You know, your views,
Everybody's views matter.
absolutely. And I feel that this is just my opinion, guys. I don't force my opinion on anybody. But I do feel there does need to be a little more control over the age restriction of apps. And the parents are the ones taking the control. And I think this is how it should be. Parents take control, and because otherwise we're going to end up in all heaps of mess. We have, you know, children are being bullied constantly. Adults are being bullied. We see it on here on a day-to-day basis. We see consequences of that bullying. We see consequences of like what Gemma's situation could have turned into. So it's all there. It's all there. It's all important. Everybody's journey, everybody's story is important. And I just, you know, you need to request the box, guys. I'm not an ogre. We listen and we learn from everybody. If we're learning from each other, we can't go wrong. And that's how I feel. It is very, very difficult to deal with bullying. It's very, very difficult. I think I find in schools now, I don't know, I think we were talking about it, wasn't we, Steph, that there are such large numbers in classes now. And I think it's so difficult for teachers to actually spot it. But are they dealing with it in the correct way? You tell me, guys, are the schools dealing with bullying in the correct way?
Well, I came across, my daughter does have WhatsApp, which is monitored. That's the only thing she is allowed. And she got sent some videos from other people. And these videos contained, I don't even know what the correct word is to use on here.
Unhealthy images or whatever.
No, they weren't indecent images. It was
Unhealthy.
violence to children towards each other. And these children were as young as 10, 11 years old. And these videos, they were like you were watching something of a pub brawl. This is how bad they were. And she came to me because she knows she can. And she's like, what do I do? And I said, you delete them. And I took them into the school, and the school said, oh, yeah, we'll let you know that what comes from this. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, the kids are arguing.
No, that's fine.
I took them into the school, and he said, I'll let you know the consequences. He never actually told me what the outcome was with that, but they were all students. They were wearing uniform, and the way that they went for each other, and this is being videoed and passed around, and I was like, that's absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely. And this is sometimes, Steph, I don't know if you'll agree with me, what might start out as just a simple video of a couple of kids, I don't know, just messing about playing, once that gets spread about the school, it can turn into something quite different by the time it's reached, say, 100 kids in that school. And if you're not monitoring phones, if you're not looking at these phones, then you're not knowing what's happening. Riamia, hello. Oh, I thought this might be the case. Never mind. Bye-bye. Thankfully, my husband works law enforcement, so my kids are very aware. And that's good. We have to educate our children. I don't know if anybody's in agreement with that. We are the ones that have to educate our children, because I don't think it's fully coming from schools at the moment, not in the way that we should be delivering it, because the classes are just so full. They're just so full. I am looking for people to come up on the stage. Otherwise, we're not really going to be able to continue with the chat and the discussion. It's going to be very difficult. Hey, Fat Freak, how are you?
I'm all right. Now I've had a nice wash.
Good.
Took myself for a wash. I was listening, and big respect to everybody who's spoken in the live, because it's not easy always to speak. I don't think there's not like a way that works universally for everybody's kids when it comes to parenting. I think we all know that. I think it's really important to have open discussion with your children as well. I know this lady to the side of me said obviously her daughter knew that she could come to her and talk to her. That's really good. That sort of stuff is really important. Family Link is a brilliant app. I use it as well. Can you please mention Dark for Parents? I don't know what that is, but apparently it's another app. There are a lot of... Sorry?
Maybe Mickey could just pop up and tell us.
Mickey.
Yeah.
I'll explain. There's a lot of apps. There's apps as well. I know Family Link. You can also have GPS on Family Link, so you can see where your children are. So you know what I mean? So you can look at a map and it'll show you exactly where they are. You can set it so you've got like a boundary. So I've got one for my house, obviously. When the kids leave or come back, I'll get a little notification to say that they're leaving or they're coming back, or do you know what I mean? Stuff like that's pretty good. I don't know if there's anything anybody wants to ask me, because I'm going to bugger off, but I was mainly talking about bullying and online safety, like it was all together.
Yeah, it's mainly online safety. Mum, I think what the problem is within schools is, I don't know if anybody else will agree, but as adults we know how fast TikTok moves, and that as a whole, social media moves so fast. I don't think the school curriculums can keep up with how quick social media is moving within society. TikTok moves fast, Facebook's moving fast, YouTube, or everyone is moving so quickly, and I don't feel the schools can just get a grip of it because of how fast it's developing and moving.
Yeah, off the back of that, and it's quite scary to hear, where there are loopholes and ways to work around, you'll find predators, unfortunately. You know, there was a loophole not so long ago where people were able to upload explicit videos on here and follow, I can't remember what it was, like private accounts. TikTok wasn't vetting your private videos, so people were like adding each other and sharing images like that. There's a hell of a lot of things like that I've covered over the last 3 or 4 years on here. Unfortunately, people will always, people are always looking for a loophole to exploit people, unfortunately. And like you were saying, things move so quickly all the time. That's why, as I said before, it's really important to have a dialogue, because the kids are going to come across it, and if they don't feel safe to say, I've just experienced this or I've just seen that, then people won't know about it for a while, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's very difficult. It's almost like keeping up with times that are moving too fast for you to keep up with, because you don't have the resources to protect the children.
No.
And we do. On another note, we see so much bullying online from adults to adults, and I think that's something that needs to be kept tight to check on from these social media outlets. I'm not just talking about TikTok, any Facebook, Twitter, all of them.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one, but if anybody's here because of me, make sure you're following Jack. She runs beautiful lives. I love listening to them. All right. Thanks to everyone who spoke in the box. Thank you. And
Thank you, lovely. Take care, darling.
Peace, guys.
Bye, Dot.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. I actually jumped in a box. I don't know if any of y'all have iPhones, but I only buy Apple products. I have 5 kids, and I specifically buy Apple products because I can add them on my line as a minor. And not only can I only allow certain safe people to contact them, like they only have certain phone numbers that they can talk to, friends that I've personally met, family members that I trust, but it also has all of the things set up. You can block every social media out there. You can block anything that has chats, control what games they have. And anytime that something pops up, it'll lag on their phone and send me a notification if it thinks that they're too young for it. It'll pop up on my phone. It'll show me first, and I can either accept or deny what they're fixing to click on or watch. If I think it's inappropriate, I just hit deny and they can't see it.
I think that's what we need more of. I don't know about you, Sarah. Alex, can I just mute your mic, darling, please, while someone else is talking? Sarah, and I think that this is what we need. We have got, as somebody's just pointed out, we've got the gaming consoles. Can we do that for gaming consoles? Does it work in the same way?
Certain gaming consoles, yes. Like I personally have an Xbox, and my kids are set up as minors under my account, and I can go through. It gives me a really long list, and it actually probably took me close to an hour to go through every single thing, and it told me if there's bad language, or if it was age appropriate or not, or if there were scenes in it that weren't appropriate, or what age group they should be, and I could go in and block or unblock whatever I wanted.
Okay. I've just seen someone put in that you can, I'm just letting somebody up. If you can hover, please, guys. Where did I see it? You can download an app on your phone that links to the Xbox, which, we need all of this. I don't know, maybe some parents just, there you go, there's your present, let them go off, let them install it. So then you've got no control of over the age, the restriction on that. You need to be in control. I strongly believe, and it is only my opinion, that we as adults do need to control that social media input that they have. And we do, and we need to stand firm. Roblox, I've heard of this Roblox. I just don't want, there are so many incidences that we hear about adults getting through on these sort of games and getting through to children on these games. I do think we need to have tighter controls. I really do. But how we do that, I think, is down to a parent or a carer, family member, just some adult that is responsible.
Definitely. And I also think that as adults, we need to be going onto these apps and looking at them as well, because I didn't know, Phoebe's 17, so she's older, and she's really, she's really good. But she's coming to me and gone, Mum, there's all this drama on YouTube. Now, I would have never have thought that there was drama on there. I thought it was literally just video streaming.
Yeah. I didn't realise there was actual drama on YouTube. So please, somebody, if anybody's in the chat that can enlighten me about that, I'd love that, honestly. Sarah says that Roblox is banned. Is it banned in your house, is it, Sarah?
Yes, it is absolutely banned from our house.
Yeah.
So my oldest daughter is 12, and she was playing with some friends from school, and there were other kids, around the area where they were playing their game. There's houses and stuff, and this random boy, claims to be 13, comes up and says, "Can I adopt you?" I think that's the name of the game in Roblox. There's hundreds of them. And she was like, sure. She went, and he had a room in his house, and he was typing in the chat, and it popped up on my phone that this chat was happening, and it would send it to me before it would send it to her. And she was sitting next to me and was like, "Hey, Mom, can I do this or whatever?" Talk to him. I think he's from school. He had a name of a boy in her class. And I said, sure. Next thing I know, he's saying, "You've been a very bad girl. Go to your room. I'll come punish you." I was like, whoa, and I won't even repeat the rest. This was all in one paragraph, long paragraph, and I said, that is not a kid from your school. That is a grown man. And from that moment on, Roblox was banned in my house, and then I kept hearing things from friends and their kids with Roblox, and I was like, absolutely not.
Wow. So would you say that Roblox is the one that seems to have less, that it's easier for these sort of people to get through to the children? Is that the one, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Roblox is just, it was initially designed as a harmful build a city kind of thing for children. And it was sort of designed, I think, around COVID time, because kids were inside, so they could build virtual houses and visit each other virtually, go to the friend's house, and sort of meet and greet, have pets, walk around the town. It was absolutely harmless, but anybody can have an account, so you just have to make sure that your children are only talking to their school friends, and that's it, or their street friends, or their, if they go to karate or swimming, whoever their friends are, those friends only. Otherwise, they could be talking to anyone. My daughter did. She was on Roblox for, I think, about a year, but she built a house and redesigned it. She said, "Look, Mummy, look at my house." And I said, "It's really good, And she sort of lost interest, and then she moved on to Minecraft, and that's building virtual empires, huge buildings, and using minerals, and you learn what to mix to make sort of stone, and what you can use with wood. It's really good. All of these are educational. They were built and designed with good intentions, but predators have now noticed that kids are not in the playground, they're not on the street, they're online.
This is
It's easier.
They are online. They really are. Hi, Kim.
Sorry, I just tried to write something in the chat and it wouldn't let me. There's another chat room thing that I know someone came across. It's not. It said it's for kids over 13, but it really isn't. I write this one down, but it wouldn't let me. There's something called Chat Avenue. Whatever you do not let. Even as an adult, there's an adult room. It is disgusting. Do not let your kids go on it. It's.
There's quite a few like that. Anything you want to do with an adult, basically, you can do. And teenagers will make accounts and they will join because they're inquisitive at that age, especially when they're coming of age. But again, as parents, we've got to know what accounts they have and what they are doing. Allow them the freedom, but just make sure that they are being safe online. My background's IT, so I'm not sort of afraid of it. But as I did mention in the chat, my daughter's 14 and she's only allowed to go on Netflix. She has no other social media accounts at all. And that's been a rule for all my children. Until you're an adult and you understand what social media entails, you're not allowed to have an account. And I don't care if you cannot have a Facebook account at the age of 13. And me as a parent, I don't think that's a viable age for a child who hasn't even developed physically, let alone mentally, to be able to engage with people's comments. How do you tolerate someone making fun of your picture? Even at school, if someone talks about your hair, you're mortified. If they talk about your body, you're mortified. But here people are going to be commenting on every aspect of your online behaviour. Any picture you put online, they're going to feel bullied regardless. They're too young. In my opinion, obviously respect to anybody else who has other children who are mature enough to handle social media and be critiqued so microscopically. But I just sort of allow them to use social media once they start college. And again, I do still look over their shoulder, so to speak, because they're becoming young adults, but I still look over their shoulder to protect them, guide them, and once they're 18, you just hope and pray that they are behaving. Guys. Yeah,
You do, yeah.
It's a delicate one.
I hope everyone's having a good day.
We are, Bess.
Hi, Bess.
Hi, I'm walking, so if I'm loud, then just let me know and I'll jump off.
Okay. I'm just going to talk to Kim, Bess, so I'll just leave him high.
No, it's not.
Not being rude, but, till I can get round to Bess. Hi, Kim.
So I literally jumped up because obviously, gaming consoles were mentioned.
Yeah.
Obviously, Deacon, he's 8, you know that, Jack. He does play on a Nintendo Switch, which he does play online, but you can make their accounts so that they are all locked down. So, Deacon's accounts are all locked because he's under 13. He can't add friends unless I confirm it. He can't talk to strangers. And, even on his phone, even his Roblox account is locked down. He doesn't have friends on there. I monitor it when he's playing it. My brain's just gone completely blank.
Oh, Kim. Shall I go to Joe? I'll go to Joe. Try and write it down.
Right.
Yeah, try and write it down to remind yourself. Joe, are you there? Oh, no, maybe not.
To go off of what somebody was saying about social media, my kids begged for some type of social media. I actually got them the Facebook Kids Messenger, and on there you can approve who they're in contact with. Like my kids have my parents, their aunts and uncles, their cousins, and that's pretty much it. That's all they are allowed to have. And I have to be friends with the parent for them to have the kids on there.
Oh,
And
do
you
we
can
get
see
this?
all of their comments. You can actually go into their profile like it's your own. You switch from your messenger to theirs on your phone, and you can read everything that's on there, see who they're talking to, what they're talking about. So if your kids are bugging you, like mine were, it's a good alternative because you can literally see everything and they can't delete it. It won't let them. They can't delete any messages or comments.
And is that something we can get here in the UK, Sarah?
If you can get Facebook Messenger, you can get Messenger Kids, is what it's
Ah,
called.
there you go. Dan.
It's online, Jack. So if it's online, then anyone has access to it.
With the Messenger Kids, only the parent can approve who they're friends with. They can't get messages from anyone else.
Right, I like the idea of that. I don't know what anybody else thinks about that, but I do like the idea of that.
I think that's pretty cool. I actually wasn't aware of it because I'm just not allowed them. So, sorry, Jack, I'm going to have to jump off. I just popped in because I saw your invite. Take care, guys.
Thank you, darling. See you soon.
No problem. Take care. Bye.
Hi, Jag. I am here, by the way. I lost TikTok on my phone. I didn't know how to get it back up. So no, I'm going to come at this from a former gambling addiction type kind of angle. I think one of the like really important things is awareness. I do believe that children need to be aware of the dangers and the risks and stuff that are out there. Yes, you can put all these blockers and security things in place, but we all know that there is 9 times out of 10 a way around a lot of things. So I do believe that awareness is like hugely important, and also obviously check in devices and stuff, like, because obviously my twin sister, I don't have kids myself personally, so I'm not claiming that I do, but my twin sister, she has kids and she's always obviously raised awareness with them. She has put these blockers in place, but they know the risks and the harms that can be caused, and she does check their devices, but I do believe that awareness is like the most powerful thing out there.
Absolutely. I think also, we've also got peer pressure, and peer pressure can come in the form of adult to adult. It
Absolutely.
can come in the form of child to child, adult to child. It can take many, many forms.
Yeah.
And I just think that we do need to be so aware, all of us. Me doing this live, I need to be aware of who's coming in. I need to be aware who wants to come in the box. And that's because I don't want to be bullied. I don't want that to come back at me in some way. I'm always here for you guys to give you your voice. And so for me to get my voice heard, if I was bullying, I'd have to go to another platform because I won't bring drama on here. And I just think that we all have to have that self-protection where we won't allow it. We just won't allow it. I thought somebody was in the box then, guys. No. We've just got to stand up. We've got to stand up and say no. Just no to bullying. No matter what.
Absolutely.
It has to be no to bullying.
Yeah, absolutely. You can put all the safety blankets, all the safety, everything in place, all you like. But if you are unaware of why they are there and the consequences, if something was to go wrong and they weren't there, then it really doesn't help whatsoever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so, we've done this live tonight, right? I did feel that we could have had a lot more people, come up and give us their experiences. So like one of the mods have just said, the sharing the knowledge is really key to helping the next person. And I feel, I could come off this live and the next minute I know there's a video, just one video, but that video gets shared, then it gets shared, then it gets shared, then it gets reposted, people start commenting, and before you know it, boom. And that's just from one person maybe doing a video. And that's not, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm just using me as the example. So you have to be aware of what you're saying and what you're doing, because that's what we need to be having, that self-preservation, that self-protection, and always have somebody you can turn to for advice, somebody you can turn to just to lean on when you need them, because it's so easy to be just letting that little door open and somebody is there waiting, and that's for children and that's for adults alike. I don't know whether people think that I'm spouting there, but I think that's it in a crux. I really do. No, I don't think so. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Are you okay, Bears? Hello?
I'm okay. I was actually looking at Joe's profile picture on here and I was like, whoa, that looks like me.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I wasn't okay yesterday and the day before, but I'm okay today.
Are you experiencing any type of uncontrolled behaviors?
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear you.
Are you experiencing some type of unwanted attention?
Yeah, from my ex-boyfriend and his ex-partner and another stranger on Monday on WhatsApp, voice notes, and then I decided to have the confidence to go live on Sunday. And my friend was my moderator and they came up to try and troll me, and then he started to make fake accounts. This is the person that I was with for 6, 7, 8 weeks. And I'm very embarrassed that I let somebody fool me for 8 weeks at my age of 46. And I'm not going to cry because I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to give him or anyone else the power to do that anymore.
No. You're always welcome. This just shows, guys, that it can happen to adults.
Well, it does happen to adults because at 6 a.m. yesterday, I was awake for 24 hours because I was very stressed and on a live with some TikTok friends. We've got our own mental health WhatsApp group. And I was fine until at 6 a.m. I decided to listen to a voice note that he had left or one of his friends had left on his phone. And I decided to get a broken mirror from my dressing table and start cutting my arms again. And I had to go and get help. And I called an ambulance.
And this is the devastating effects of it, isn't it?
And I'm 46 and I have a brain. I'm intelligent. And I'm ashamed of myself and embarrassed that I let somebody into my life, a man, a stranger, when I was working on myself.
Yes, can I just jump in and just say, like, honestly, you have nothing to be ashamed about whatsoever.
I am ashamed. I'm ashamed of myself as a mother. I'm ashamed of myself as a woman. I'm ashamed of myself that I've allowed people that I don't even know to get me to that level when I've been so strong since 2021. I haven't done that.
Yeah, and I totally understand that, and it must be so hard for you to like manage right now, but the fact that you're on here talking about it, you went and reached out for help, that's amazing that you've done that.
I had to do it.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And the fact, that you reached out for help is huge. We've all been in a place where we feel ashamed and humiliated. And do you know what I mean? But you still managed to reach out for help. So you should be so proud of that.
Thank you very much, Joe, because
Yeah, you really should, because, you know, we're all human. We don't know every answer to everything, right? We're living and we're learning. Okay?
yeah, I'm not
Yeah, and
perfect. I'm learning every day at 46.
yes, like all of us. No one is perfect, but the fact that you reached out for help and you recognise that you needed support, that is something to be proud of. All right?
And do you know why I did it? Because I've got an 18-year-old son and I'm his mum and dad, and he was downstairs asleep. And I want to be here for him.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, there are reasons for you to get support. And, you know, if you ever want to chat, I am here for you, you know, and
Thank you very much, Joe.
likewise
Like everyone
anyone
else,
here.
yeah.
All right, yeah? So you're
Yeah.
not on your own ever. Right?
Yeah, I have to forgive myself, but I've apologised to my son because he's very upset that I didn't wake him up at 6 a.m. I said, you want...
Get bananaed.
I think it was, yeah, I think she got one.
Okay.
I only popped up because I do naturally know birds before this live, so I just wanted to have a quick talk to her, but because she was about to message me because I'd seen her in somebody else's live. But I'm not in the best place myself, so I'll drop down and I'll catch you on another day, sweetheart. But keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. Don't forget that.
Thank you. Thank you. What happened was it came up on my system that you'd got a violation, so I'm sorry about that. And this is the problem that we have. It's very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. It's okay, Bears, don't worry. It's okay. It's not a problem.
And Bez, can I just jump in there and just say, don't ever apologise for talking about it. Okay, yes, it on this platform it is, you know, you can't say certain things, but you know, don't ever apologise for talking about it, because talking about it is sometimes exactly what you need. All right, so there's plenty of inboxes here. If you need some support or a conversation, then we're all here for you. Okay.
And there's also support numbers that you can reach out to for like more professional advice and help. Just be careful whose inboxes you are going into.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Eric.
I went to school for psychology, and I don't know if I'm the person you want to talk to, but if you wanted to message me, I have probably 10 different social medias, half of which don't have as many filters as this one, if you ever just needed someone to talk to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know if there's anybody else that wants to pop up and talk about their life with social media. If not, we shall call it a night. It's not an issue.
Just want to lighten the mood by telling you, right, we've just had an Amazon delivery and Jackson's currently walking around with a cardboard box on pretending to be a spaceship.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.